It doesn't matter what I show the Dragon Ball toxic community. I could debunk everything. I could have interviews with Akira Toriyama himself, and it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter what I show. I have a whole channel dedicated to reading the Daizenshu and the guidebooks and doing accurate translations, and all I get is hate back from the community. It's like the toxic crowd doesn't want to be right about things. They prefer lying and being wrong and viewed as wrong by anybody who has read the guide or the promotional materials or anything like that that is objective. They actually seem to prefer losing arguments and looking stupid compared to the people who do the good investigations and get the real translations. It doesn't make any sense to me.
What's wrong with your brain?
Why you would continue to support scammers who continue to lie to you. It's a community thing. It's not like I don't get it. I have over 20 years of psychology experience, so I understand why those community members do that. It's not a mystery to me. I'm being facetious when I say those things. So another thing that I'm going to debunk that's going to get me nothing but hate and even less subscribers somehow than the people who lie about it. So the Daizenshu says that one large sun illuminates the entire otherworld. Now, also in the guide, it says the otherworld is the same size as the mortal area of the universe. So they're exactly the same size, or roughly, I guess you can say. So I did a little science investigation. I was really curious about this, and I went to ask ChatGPT and the internet, how big is the biggest sun in our universe, and how far does its light rays actually go into outer space before it starts to really dim itself? I was looking up the lux values of the largest star that we know of in our known universe. And it turns out that this sun is, I think, millions of times bigger than ours and also emits a lux value significantly more. But it takes a radius of about 10 light years to roughly 12 light years before that starlight begins to deilluminate itself, before it falls off and it's no longer as bright and it won't illuminate a planet that's roughly 12 light years away from it. So just like a flashlight, there's a zone where the lux value, the brightness factor, falls off and stops being so bright. So the area of space before that is between 0 and 10 light years. After that, from 10 to 12 light years is the dim zone, where it won't illuminate the sky of a planet that's 11 or 12 light years away from the star. So it'll look like a very small, very dim light in the sky. And the light rays won't penetrate that far of a distance of after 11 light years. So it's hilarious to me because the calculations with Popo's ship show that galaxies in Dragon Ball are roughly 9 to 10 light years wide, and this perfectly fits with the science value now. Now, there is no coincidence. You can only say this coincidence so many times. So now we have science values and the guidebook and the series themselves all saying the same thing repeatedly, and you still have scammers and acolytes from other cults saying the opposite. Don't listen to that. Let's just make up our own stuff. There has to be a point where you stop and realize, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why do I like Dragon Ball? Why do I talk about this every day? Why would I continue to support people who lie and use Photoshop translations and the wrong word translations? And I'm not supporting the people who are telling the truth because I don't like them, because my cult leader doesn't like them. I'm going to support my cult leader. Why do you do that?